Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's video. Going to have a look at the weather next 10 to 14 days for today's video daytime. We'll take to the 5th of November and we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the extended GFS and ECM ensembles. Paper to around a couple of weeks. We'll have a look at CFSB2 for the next 4 weeks at the end of the video, and that gets us well into the second half of November. I'll get on that for you in a moment. Just say about the first video today was our 6 AM upload, and we've also released USA forecast for the next 6 weeks as well, so check out those 2 videos if you'd like to do that. Please like, share, subscribe on vids. Thank you so much everybody for doing that. I have planned to be live streaming this 10 to 14 day at 6 PM this evening. We would normally be doing a Wednesday live stream at 6 PM. Now I'm feeling a little bit off curve today. I'm not feeling 100%. Probably hearing in throat a little bit. So I'm going to have a quiet afternoon and evening, and hopefully we'll be able to live stream the 10 to 14 day for you tomorrow at 6 PM. I'm hoping, be feeling a little bit better tomorrow. And also the Sneaky Peeky tomorrow as well. So I'm going to get that done for you tomorrow as well before the final sneak peek will be released tomorrow at 7 PM. Hopefully, as long as I'm feeling, a little bit better. I did feel a little bit run down today. Right, so I'm so sorry to have to change the plans that we've made, but these things happen, and I don't want to lie to you when I'm not feeling 100%. Right, so we'll just get on with the 10 to 14 day for event. So central temperature is updated to the 25th of October now. We're sitting at 12.4, which is around 1.9 degrees above average, around a couple of degrees above normal for the CET at the moment. These are the GFS upper temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. So the red line is a 30-year upper air temperature average for Poole. We're looking at Poole today. Another suggested location for this part of the video. If you'd like to have your local town or city featured within this part of the video, then please let us know, and we're happy to feature your town or city, when we do that. So very much milder than average at the moment, significantly above average through the rest of October into the start of November. Then signs of a cool down as we go into the first week or so of November, very much as the trend has been over the past few days. Rest of October looking really mild, significantly above average, and a gradual drop in the upper air temperatures and the surface temperatures sometime around the turn of the month, and taking us through the first week of November, closer to average then. Precipitation-wise, there will be a little bit of rainfall coming up over the next 2 or 3 days, but most of the wet weather now looks like it comes back as we get into November. So looks significantly wetter than average as we go through the first week of November and on potentially into the second week of November as well. Temperature anomalies from the 26th of October to the 3rd of November are above average, not just the UK, but through most parts of Europe as well, quite significantly so. And precipitation anomalies from the 26th of October to the 3rd of November are a little bit wetter than average to our west, but still a little bit drier than average to our south and southeast. The latest wind flow map from earthnorthschool.net shows that we're drawing up wind from a southerly or southwesterly direction today, so the air is coming from a long way south off the coast of Portugal and running up the western side of Europe. So that's the reason it's so mild. If we pull this up a little bit, you can see that the air is originating from down here, like Canary Islands, that sort of area, long fetch southerly, southwesterly, bringing this really mild or warm air into the UK and into the west of Europe as well. Right, so this is how the UK Met Euro run is looking for midnight on Saturday, with high pressure to the east, low pressure to the west. We're bringing up these very mild southerly winds on into Sunday and Monday. Low pressure again is out to west of the country, still drawing up those very mild southerly southwesters into the beginning of next week. It turns rather wetter and windier as we go into into Tuesday next week. That starts bringing a change in wind direction from southerly southwesters to like a westerly. That will be a rather cooler wind direction, though not cold, but it will take temperature back closer to average as we move into the opening days of November. That's how we look by 2nd of November. Low pressure brings rather unsettled conditions. Icon looks like that. Again, we're drawing up those winds in a southerly or southwesterly direction on Saturday. The low pressure still out to the west as we get into the early part of next week. This is Monday. That low pressure still out to our west, still drawing up those southerly, southwesterly winds gradually through next week, and find the areas of low pressure breaking down that southerly, southwesterly, and we turn the wind into more of a westerly. So that will start to turn things a little bit cooler, a little bit closer to average with the temperature, and rather wet and windy in those areas of low pressure as well. The GFS midnight run again has us in a long fetch southerly, southwesterly on Saturday, with high pressure to the east, low pressure to the west. We're drawing up those southerly, southwesterly winds into the early part of next week. A low pressure breaks through after a very mild Monday. We start to bring the cold front across the country on Tuesday, which lowers the temperature and maybe turns a little bit stormy by the middle part of next week. This is Wednesday, looking properly wet and windy. Then we head up towards day 10 with further westerly winds bringing spells of rain in from off the Atlantic. It's a cooler wind direction as well. We have lost those southerly, southwesterlies. We've got the wind back into the west to the northwest, and these very unsettled cooler conditions continue then through into the end of the first week of November. Deep area of low pressure off the east coast of Scotland, pulling wind in from more of a northwesterly direction there on Monday the 7th of November, so turning colder and a few wintry showers possible in the north, bit of a northerly by the 8th of November, and then wet and windy weather comes back in from off the Atlantic. Definitely looks a lot cooler there through the first week to 10 days of November. The GFS 6Z run once more with that high pressure to the east, low pressure to the west, and bring up those southerly, southwesterly winds through the weekend into the early part of next week. That's maintained too. By the middle of next week, low pressure starting to bring wet and windy weather in off the Atlantic, turning the wind direction to more of a westerly, a rather cooler, fresher type wind direction. And then we move up towards day 10 and we keep it rather unsettled with low pressure continuing to come in from off the Atlantic, continuing to bring further spells of rain. Finally, though, as we get to the end of the GFS 6Z, look at this, high pressure begins to build over Europe again, and up come those very mild southerly, southwesterlies again. Just as we thought we'd shaken them off, they come back as we go into the second week of November with high pressure ridging up from the south, bring plenty of warm weather with it. Would you, who would believe that? But given what's happened through this year, it's been a very warm year, you wouldn't rule out these southerly, southwesterlies coming back again, would you, as we go into the second week of November. If you enjoyed the video, please can you like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much everybody for doing that, and drop a comment, let us know what you think about all of our videos, and we thank you so very much everyone for doing that. GEM has high pressure to the east, low pressure to the west on Saturday, pulling up those very mild or warm southerly winds on into the early part of next week. Again, low pressure bringing further spells of rain in from off the Atlantic, looking properly wet and windy all the way up to day 10, which gets us to the 5th of November, and it's a cooler wind direction with the GEM as well. And then the ECM looking like this again, we're pulling up those southerly, southwesterlies on Saturday. They carry on into Sunday, and then low pressure pushes in from off the Atlantic through the early part of next week, turns the wind direction into more of a westerly, brings not cold, but cooler air in from the North Atlantic this time, with low pressure bringing further spells of rain mode, so very unsettled. That's how as we get to day 10, very unsettled, very wet, no pressure across the country, and we are on the cooler side of the jet stream with that as well. The black line is where the jet stream is, and that's running to our south in that sort of fashion. This is a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Meteo.com. So plenty of rain coming and going over the next few days, especially as we get into the end of October and the start of November. We start to see, a little bit of a deluge being hinted at here, with plenty of rain all the way up to day 10, which gets us to the 5th of November, and it will be cooler by then as well. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10 for the 5th of November, includes the control and the operational run. 28 members of the ECM ensembles with low pressure right over top of the country, very unsettled. I'm quite cool with that, with the jet stream going south of the country. 15 with low pressure way to our north and northwest. That's very unsettled, but it's a little bit milder as winds coming in from southwest. And then 8 with low pressure to our west, high pressure is to the east, and that's drawing up wind from more of a southerly direction. So that is the warmest option, of course. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. This gets us to the 10th of November. 14 members of the ECM ensembles have low pressure to our west. High pressure is to the east, and we're drawing up the wind from a very mild or quite warm southerly southwest direction. 11 with low pressure right over top of the country. That's going to be cool and unsettled. 8 with high pressure over the country, mainly dry and a little bit colder with that, maybe some frost and fog. 7 with low pressure out to our west, high pressure towards Scandinavia. That would be bringing the wind in from like a southeasterly direction. That could be quite cold and frosty. 6 with high pressure between Greenland and Scandinavia, low pressure over France. That would get the wind into the east. That would be quite cold. And then 5 with low pressure to our west and high pressure sort of to our north and also east. And that's the one, kind of like the GFS 6 then, I suppose, that would be maintaining those southwesterly or southerly type winds. So a range of options there, a lot of uncertainty as we go from the first week into the second week of November. CFS finally, these are 500 millibar high tolerance breaking down into week periods. The first week period takes us from the 26th of October to the 1st of November. The coming week we'll have high pressure to the east and low pressure to the west. Winds will still be coming up from that very mild southerly southwesterly direction. Week 2 is going to be the 2nd to the 8th of November. Low pressure then to the north, high pressure to the south. We change the wind direction to more of a westerly. That's a little bit cooler. It is unsettled as well. Now, week 3 is quite interesting. Week 3 is going to be the 9th through to the 15th of November. High pressure is to our north then. Low pressure around Spain. And winds are coming in right from a southerly, southeasterly direction, coming in from off the continent, really. So that would be cooler, I think. That would be more of a continental type flow. And then week 4 also looks quite interesting. This is the 16th, 22nd of November. High pressure set just to our north a little bit. And winds coming in from more of an easterly direction with that. So around the middle of November, we might start to turn things a bit colder if we start drawing the wind in from the southeast or from the east. Maybe, over like frost and fog at the very least, if not particularly wintry weather. I doubt there'd be any snow with that because it's very anti-cyclonic. But you could certainly see a change towards frost and fog, gruesome twosome, by the middle of November. Okay, we'll wait to see about that. Okay, we're done. So if you enjoyed the video, please you like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for doing that. Don't forget to your friends and family to subscribe as well. Why not drop a comment and let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. And we thank you so very much, everyone, for doing that. Right, so I'm going to have a rest for the rest of today. Hopefully, I'll be back on form tomorrow, feeling better. And then we will have the 6 a.m. upload. We'll have the European Outlook. Hopefully, we'll be able to live stream our 10 to 14 there at 6 p.m. and follow it up with the, I think it's going to be the 4th and final, it will be, the 4th and final Christmas sneaky peeky straight after the live stream. So what we'll have done today, we're going to try and get that done for you tomorrow. You enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, but for this video, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.